brother.
We saved the youngest for last. And no, I didn't write anything down. I just didn't sleep much last night. My wife, I guess about a month ago, texted me. I was at work, and she texted me on my phone, and she said, "Karen, just let us know that you have to say something today." And I texted her back, and I said, "Well, I'm already crying at my computer, so I don't think I'm going to be able to say anything." And she said, "Well, you have to." So I started thinking about, to myself, I started thinking about how do you explain the bond that you have with your brothers? And that goes for our brother Robert and you. How do you explain that bond? That's something that's difficult. So one of the things I thought about is just talking about, you know, maybe bringing up a couple of things that we've done through our life.
Yeah, but keep it clean.
And I started thinking about what is my first memory of my older brother. What do I remember? The first thing I remember, and the first thing I remember is me and Steve are almost 8 years apart. So when you're growing up, he's 12, I'm 4. You know, when I'm 6, he's 8. You know, there's a big gap. As you get older, now it's nothing. He's 60, which is 50, right, today. I'm 50, which is a good 40, right?
Amen.
Convenient. He works with numbers.
So one of my first memories was that he had a paper route. And he had a little brother. And he said, "Come on, little brother," and it's winter time. And we go up to the apartment complex where he delivered papers. And after a while, I started thinking about why he had his little brother. I couldn't have been more than 6 years old, doing the collecting. He had me do the collecting because I think he thought people would feel sorry for him because he couldn't get people to pay him. So he figured if he got this kid with the snot run down his So he promised me he'd get me a pair of cap guns. And he took me to Max Kitty World and he bought me a pair of cap guns. You remember that?
Yeah, but just barely. That's the 8-year gap. That's what it does to you.
And the next thing I remember is, I guess you were in high school or just got out of high school when you had a job at St. Mary's Hall.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to take me to help clean the school. And I always remember it was an old, St. Mary's is an old school, and I always remember because I thought there was ghosts in that place. And he took me there and we used to clean. And another memory would be when my first car was his first car. He sold it to me. 1971 Comet. And there was snow all over the ground. He taught me how to drive the car. It was a stick shift, and taught me how to drive it. He was at work, and I had to have that car, and there was snow on the ground, and Karen was home, and I went over and picked the car up, and I couldn't get the car out of the snow. But here I had the emergency brake on the whole time. Burnt the clutch up in it. Had to get a new clutch put in it, and that was my first car. $900.
Yeah.
My big brother sold it to me.
Yep.
You know, later on in life, you know, we spent a lot of time together. Steve retired from General Motors and he came to work with me at Ensign. He said, "Eddie, I'll work for you, but I work 3 days a week." He worked 50 to 60 hours. And everyone there loved you.
Yeah, I like that.
And they miss you. And the only other thing I want to say is a big brother, you know, he retired from General Motors and he came home from Buffalo. And when he came home, he had to come home to a situation where, you know, we had a sick father. And the big brother had to keep it together and keep his emotions together and take care of what we had to take care of. And I will always be indebted to you for that. And I love you, man.